resolutions. New Year's resolutions. What could I do for 2020 and a New Year's resolution? I think I know. Hello, my equestrian friends. It's me, Lisa, the Budget Equestrian. Welcome back to another video and welcome 2020. Yes, it is that time of the year. For me, it's very exciting because I really enjoy making a New Year's resolution or a couple goals for the upcoming year. And this year I decided I'm going to do something really big, and it just kind of came to me. I was like, you know what? This could be a really fun challenge, and I think I'm going to try it for the entire year. And you're probably wondering, well, what are you going to do for New Year's or for your resolution for 2020? So this year I decided that I am going to do a no-buy year for 2020. You might be wondering what that is. If you've been around YouTube and you like searching for New Year's ideas, you probably already know what a no-buy year is. But just in case you aren't familiar, a no-buy year is basically a challenge where I'm not going to buy anything for the year. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to buy toiletries or groceries or pay my bills. No, I will be paying all of my bills. I will be making sure that my horses have food, and I will make sure that the necessities are taken care of. So I'm not going that extreme, but I want to basically focus on not shopping so much for 2020. And I know that's really hard, especially if you have horses. I have horses, and it always seems like there's something new. There's a new gadget, there's a new saddle pad, a new style of saddle pad, and I want to buy it. And for me, that's really challenging because I can pretty much justify my purchases to myself, not to anyone else, but to myself, that it's okay for me to buy or to get the latest and greatest horse or equestrian type things because I can use it to make a video for my YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. And if you have a YouTube channel, one of the easiest ways to get views and to have people watch your videos is to do an unboxing or a haul video. And I've used this as a crutch for myself in the past of, I don't know what I'm gonna do a video on, so I'm just gonna go buy something and do an unboxing haul, or I'm gonna do a review of the product, which isn't always necessarily a bad thing, but I just kept buying more and more stuff. And honestly, I have so much stuff. I have so much horse stuff, so much so that I could probably go with just the horse items that I have now, and I would probably not have to buy anything for a very long time. And when I say a long time, I'm talking years. I mean, I have my saddles behind me. I've downsized my saddle collection a little bit. I only have 3. That sounds horrible even just saying that. 2 saddles that I bought and 1 saddle that I won in a contest. So I will be keeping the saddle that I won in the contest forever because it just has a lot of sentimental value for me. My other saddles are very practical and I love them, and I have no need to buy another saddle. But that doesn't mean I can't find other things to buy, like new stirrups or new stirrup leathers or new bridles or new bits, new breeches. All of those things I tend to buy, and sometimes I don't even use them. So for me, it's just that I'm becoming overwhelmed with all of the stuff that I've accumulated. And I really like to try and stay organized, and it's hard the more stuff that you have. So my 2020 no-buy year is probably going to look a little bit different than other people's, but that's what's so fun about making a personal challenge or a resolution like this is you do what works best for you. So for me, I'm going to try to stick to not buying just things just to buy things. And I came to the realization that this would be a really good thing for me to do. And I really had to focus on my why. Why am I wanting to do a no-buy year? Well, I just kind of went over some of it with you because I've accumulated a lot of different things and I don't necessarily need them. And I don't want the things or the stuff to define my level of happiness. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but when I go shopping or I find something that I really want to get, like a new halter or a new saddle pad. Saddle pads are notorious for me to kind of splurge on. But when I see something that I like, it gives me a feeling of happiness. And I don't want my happiness to come from physical things. I would much rather have my happiness come from experiences. And the experiences are the most important thing. I want to remember the times that I took Pleasant out and we did something together, or it can be something as small as taking Pleasant out and he kept his head down for me to put his bridle on. That's what I want to focus on. I don't want to focus on, okay, he's not putting his head down, so I need to go buy a gadget that's going to help me to put his head down, when I can just rely on this right here, my brain, and come up with a solution or do some research and find out how can I work with him to get him to put his head down, which for me is much more rewarding than trying to find a quick fix. So what is my 2020 no-buy year going to look like? Well, I want to go over some of the rules that I've set up for myself, but I think I'm going to do that in another video. All I do know is that the main rule that I'm going to have for myself is I'm not going to be shopping near as much as I did in previous years, so 2019, 2018, 2017. Because if I stop shopping, then that means I'm not going to be spending as much money, right? And that's what I really want to do, is not spend money on things that I don't have to have in my life to bring me joy. But at the same time, this is going to be a big change for me, and I don't want to stress myself out. But I did come up with some rules that I'm fairly confident I can agree to in order to make my 2020 year a no-buy year. So instead of focusing on the rules, my personal rules in this video, I want to focus on the goals that I have for myself, which will help me to hopefully attain a no-buy year for 2020. My first goal is to minimize the stuff that I have. And I could probably take you on a tour and show you everything that I have, but for me, that's a little, that kind of like really shows that yes, I have a lot of stuff and I don't need to be shopping. And that's kind of personal for me. So at this time, I'm not quite ready to do that. You guys have seen my tack room and seen what I have. So that's about where I feel comfortable and my comfort level is of sharing how much stuff I actually have. And when you have a lot of stuff, it's really difficult to stay organized. And I really like being organized. So I want to keep everything organized, especially in my tack room and also in my house as well. I'm pretty good about staying organized in my car because I don't like to have a lot of stuff in there. I do have like kits and stuff in the trunk in case I were to break down, but pretty much in my car, I don't have anything other than my purse or my jacket, and that goes with me when I get out of the car. So if I can keep my house and my barn as minimal as possible, like I do my car, I think that will bring me more joy, because I don't know about you, but just being in a space where everything has a home, everything has a place where it's supposed to be, the clutter is under control, it just makes me feel better when I'm in that room or in that space. And one rule that I did make for myself in the past, which helped a little bit, but that one even kind of went to the wayside, was for every one thing that I brought in, so something new that I bought, 2 things had to go away. And at first it was easy. I could find all kinds of things to get rid of that I wasn't using. But after time, it was kind of like, well, I don't really want to get rid of anything else. But yet I kept bringing things in. So it's a lot harder to declutter and keep things organized if you're running out of space because you just have so much stuff. But even though I won't be shopping or buying new things for my horses like I have in the past, that doesn't mean I can't still make videos. I can do organizational videos, I can do decluttering videos, which I've done, and different DIY projects that can actually help me to stay more organized in my home and in my tack room. So even though I won't be having unboxing videos on my channel, probably for the next year, I do have other types of videos that I can use instead of the unboxing videos. And hopefully those will be just as helpful for you and me as well. My second goal with this challenge is I want to get out of debt. And like I said, it's really easy for me to justify going out and buying something new because I can make a video on it. And I've got over 550 videos on my channel, and a lot of those videos are of products that I've bought. Some of them are products that I got for free in exchange for doing the video, but a lot of the products are things that I bought just to make a video. So that's going to make it a little more challenging for my YouTube channel videos, is I'm going to have to put in a little bit more thought into the types of videos that I'm going to be putting out there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just going to change how I'm doing things on my channel. But I have to keep the DIY, so I will probably end up having to go to Home Depot and buy some wood or different things in order to do my DIY project. But all of the products that I've been buying at all of the different online retailers and going into Dover's and places like that, all of that equals debt, because a lot of times I will put those purchases on my credit card and I don't really need them, I just want them. So differentiating between need and want is a big goal for me. I know I need feed for my horses. I know I need food for myself, but that doesn't justify going out and spending a lot of money on different fancy supplements that I may not need, or even going out to lunch every day when I'm at work. And if I can come to grips with what I'm spending, and instead of spending that money, saving that money, I can put that towards my credit cards and get them paid off and help get me out of debt. Because debt is not any fun, and I'm tired of having balances on my credit cards. I want to have them all paid off and really see what it's like to be financially free. Now, I may not be 100% financially free. I have a mortgage, I have a car payment, I have student loans that I have to continue to pay on. But by refocusing what I feel is important, which being out of debt to me is very important, probably one of the most important things, that just kind of changes my relationship with money. I don't want to owe people money. I want to be able to, if I do want to go buy something, that I can pay cash for it, not do it on credit. So I'm basically inspired not to be frivolous with my money. I work really hard at my job and what I do, and I get paid very well for what I do. And I'm also very fortunate, if I want to go buy something, I can. I'm fortunate enough that I have 2 horses that live in my house. I'm fortunate for everything that I have, especially my relationships. I want to focus on that because that's more important than the stuff. And I don't want the stuff to run my life. Like I said before, I really want to focus on the experiences and not the things or the trinkets or the gadgets, because those aren't going to bring me long-term joy, but my relationships and my experiences, those will definitely bring me more joy. So those are my goals for why I'm doing a no-buy year for 2020. I hope that I can be successful. I'm pretty motivated to be successful with this challenge, and I love challenges. Obviously, I got a saddle out of it, and I got that really cool ribbon, I don't know if you can see on the wall, with some other really fun prizes that were a part of a challenge that I did. And from doing these smaller challenges, I've learned that I can do this. I've accustomed myself to the habits, so I'm fairly confident I will be able to do this no-buy year 2020. And my goal is to share with you each month how I've done. Right now I'm recording this on January 4th, and I can honestly say I have done very good. I have not bought anything. That's pretty good, right? 4 days in, and I have not gone to Dover's. I have not gone to Riding Warehouse or Jeffers or anywhere to buy horse things, which in itself is good because right now there's a lot of places having really good sales, but I look at what I already have and it helps me to realize I don't need anything more. Well, I know a lot of people put out their New Year's resolution goals or goals for 2020 early, but for me, I really wanted to think about this challenge that I've given to myself and really commit myself to it. So that's why this video may not be the first 2020 New Year's goals or resolutions videos out, but for me, it worked just perfect, and it helped me to really come up with a plan of how I'm going to do this 2020 no-buy year. maybe instead of doing my monthly unboxing video from the Heart to Horse box, I can do a monthly update video of how I did for not spending any money for that month. That could be pretty fun. And since this video was pretty long as itself, just as a standalone video, make sure to come back on Thursday because I'm going to share with you my rules of my 2020 no-buy year and break it down so you can see how I'm planning to be successful at this. I'm pretty confident I can do it. We'll see. You'll just have to check back on Thursday and check out my rules.